I would first like to thank the faculty and staff here today for an invaluable education. And to my graduating class, what we have achieved is both tremendously difficult and life-altering, especially from a school as renowned and rigorous as Furman. And everything you, personally, have achieved here today and in the past is worthy of honor and recognition. Honestly, I'm one of the least qualified students in this stadium to be delivering this address. I mean, I didn't get the scholarship cup. I'm not on the dean's list. In fact, despite having a scholarship which required me to maintain a 3.0 for 4 years, I graduated with a 2.9. My peers never invited me to Paternia. I never ran for student government. My performance in my major was forgettable. At this point, I'm fairly convinced that the only reason the committee chose me was because they wanted to get home early, so they went with the student who had the shortest possible introduction. But the difficult, embarrassing reality is that when I was entering my senior year in September, I reviewed all I had failed to achieve, and I felt worthless. We have at Furman a deadly culture of success in the midst of suffering. We value our burdens like prized possessions, weighing, measuring, and showing anyone who asks our impossible schedules. Then we confidently assure them that despite our tremendous workloads, we are more than capable to succeed and excel in all of our classes, commitments, and relationships. Some may object that it's simply in the nature of the four-year institution to encourage such an attitude. But we are that proud school that when announced to be the second most rigorous school in America by the Daily Beast, we made sure the entire world knew. They have made even our suffering a success. Through these interactions with the world and with our classmates, we've spent 4 years subtly encouraging one another to bear our pain, to smile often, to dress well, and to walk ever more proudly through campus until that day came when Furman's perfectly manicured lawns became indistinguishable from its perfectly manicured students. But the dirty little secret is that many of us have spent much of the past 4 years desperately trying to figure out whether we were among the haves or the have-nots. And some days our insecurities pressed down so hard we were not sure we could breathe. And on the heaviest of these days, we fantasized about our graduation. And the day when we would finally be free from performing, free from the competitiveness, the awards, and our own occasional feelings of worthlessness. I met my requirements in December. And due to my early departure, my last few weeks were filled with loving friends who wanted to catch up one last time before I left. And each time we'd meet, we'd inevitably reminisce, and the stories quickly overwhelmed me. Like freshman year, learning to hand-roll cigarettes out by the place of peace, while discussing God and ourselves. Or the night when, on a whim, we snuck onto White Oaks and decided to go for a midnight swim in the president's pool. I apologize. But most importantly, we remembered those quiet dining hall conversations when we allowed ourselves to be vulnerable, when we took off our manicured mask and showed one another the broken but beautiful people underneath. Our value is not found in the sum of our awards. If it were, then I stand before you nearly worthless. It is found in the moments spent amongst our friends, It's found in our loyalty, our mercy, and our compassion. Our value is found in the ways we've changed and affected those around us here at Furman, as well as the ways we've learned to accept others for who they are. Our value is found in the ways we've loved one another. And just as importantly, in the ways we've allowed ourselves to be loved. The Apostle Paul put it well, that if I have all prophetic powers and all knowledge of all mysteries, and if I have all faith such as to move mountains, but have not love, then I am nothing. So with that, my commission to the class of 2013 is this: that we would strive to be known not for our successes as we conquer the world, but for the ways we love our neighbor well. To the people here at Furman, like Maria Swearingen, our assistant chaplain, who opened the path to my work at the hospital and prison, and Brett Stonecipher, my closest friend here, who spent many late nights putting me back together after I fell apart. Thank you. Without your love and support, I would not be who I am today. And to the class of 2013, if you love the world half as well as you've loved me for the past 4 years, I know I will always be proud to say that I am a member of the Furman class of 2013. Thank you. One last bit. The most important lesson I've learned through my classes and experiences at Furman is that our most valuable possessions are the stories we've created together. So as we all look back on our successes and forward towards a lifetime of service, remember this: all of our achievements lose their meaning when separated from the people who attended them. And your story is no less beautiful if unadorned by ribbons. I love you all. Thank you, and God bless.
Yeah, Jack.